I'm Nancy,
I'm Rebecca.
and we are going to show you how to put together a rain barrel. Becca's got some pretty awesome information she wants to share with you, so go.
I'm going to talk about the benefits of harvesting rainwater. First of all, by harvesting rainwater, we reduce flooding, we reduce erosion, we reduce the flow of stormwater, which reduces pollution. It reduces pollution by slowing the rainwater down. If you imagine all this chemicals that are sprayed, oil that has been put in the streets, anything just dumped in the land, and it rains real heavily, all of that's washed away into our waterways, and then it's polluting our waterways, and the fish and birds eating the fish are all being affected by this. So if we collect rainwater, it slows all that down and gives the earth time to absorb the water and do its thing, which is cleanse it and rid it of all those bad things before it gets into our waterways. We also can reduce our water bills. We can use this rainwater for washing our vehicles, for watering our gardens. We can use it for flushing our toilets, washing our dishes, for all kinds of uses. And if you have a great filtration system set up, you can even use it for drinking. But it is not recommended to drink rainwater because there's some question of whether or not there are still some contaminants in the rainwater. Rainwater goes through a natural filtration process of its own. I mean, when it goes into the ground, the plants take it up, and then it is evaporated, and it goes up into the sky, and then it comes back down again. So it's a cycle, and by doing all that, it becomes highly oxygenated. It's free of inorganic ions. It's free of chloride or chlorine and fluoride. It's free of heavy salts and minerals that could possibly contaminate the plants. And it is just, the plants really like it. So I don't know if you've ever noticed how you just cut your lawn and then it rains. And then you wake up the next morning and your lawn grew like 4 inches overnight. That's because, you know, that's what it's designed for. The plants really like the rain. It's got everything it needs in there. So why not store it and water your garden with it for, you know, future use that really helps things. So it improves plant growth, but it also improves our soil because it doesn't have all those contaminants in it from like city water. A lot of cities put fluoride in their water and chlorine in their water to clean it. The city of Camdenton, I live in Camdenton, she lives in Lynn Creek. They have 3 deep water wells, so they claim to not put anything in our water, that it's coming straight from the ground, but you also have to worry about the kind of pipes it's running through. And then all the stress from being sucked out of the ground and then out all these little tiny pipes into a glass of water. You still have contaminants and stress on the water, so it's not as good for you as filtered or spring water would be ideal to drink. But we're not drinking this water, we're just watering our gardens and doing outside work, washing houses and cars and stuff like that. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can figure out the amount of rainwater you can catch off your roof. So you take the length and width of your home. So Nancy here lives in a 16 by 80 home. So you take 16 times 80 and you get 1,280 feet. That's square feet, okay? And to figure out how much rainwater can be harvested, you take that catchment area number, you times it by the rainfall in inches, and Missouri, in our area, Missouri, we live in southern Missouri, we get 43.7 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain, and we have a lot of flooding problems in Missouri. So we have a lot of rivers too. But we take the catchment area times the rainfall in inches, and then a conversion factor, which is always 0.623. I don't exactly know how to explain conversion factor, but it's like some kind of number that's always there. And it works. And it works. And then you get 34,848 gallons of water that Nancy can harvest off of her roof for her garden and anything else she can, and that's just her home. She's got sheds outside too she could be collecting rainwater off of. If you got chicken coops, you can collect rainwater off your chicken coops and not have to worry about watering your chickens. That helps them too. So anyway, Nancy here is going to now explain how to set up a rain barrel. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, Becca. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Good information. Stuff that we all need to know. Very pertinent information. So, as you can see, I have a rain barrel here. So, you want to always choose a food grade barrel. Never purchase anything that has had any kind of toxic chemicals in it. Always food grade. Some of the things that you're going to need to do the rain barrel, to put the rain barrel kit together, you need a tape measure, you need a marker, and I have a marker here somewhere. You need a marker, you need a marker, there we go. We need a marker, we need safety glasses, always safety glasses, especially when you're doing any kind of drilling.
Safety first. Eldra.
Safety first, absolutely, absolutely. You need a 1 1/4 inch hole saw. You need a 6-inch hole saw. You need a file or a rasp, because when you file, the hole saw is very jagged, so you may have jagged edges. You can go in and smooth this out so you don't, cut yourself. You need 2 6-inch flower pots, an 8x8 mosquito screen, a drill, a downspout. This is a flexible downspout that will actually go into the flower pots that go into the top, and a level, because you're going to have to set your rain barrel up. It usually 2 cinder blocks will work great, but you want to make sure that it's level, so your rainwater is staying level in the barrel. So what I started with first was 3 inches. You want to measure 3 inches up from the bottom, because this is your drain spout. Okay, so I already drilled all of this stuff. We planned on doing this outside, but we're having a rainstorm right now, so it's not going to work. So 3 inches from the bottom, you use your 1 1/4 hole saw. I purchased a diverter kit, which I recommend for anybody who's beginning. This is a great kit to have, because it's got everything in it that you need. It has the the spigot is in here. It has a winter hole cover for your drain pipe. It has everything that water seals and screws and everything are all in this diverter kit.
That was even in there.
Yeah, yes, and your hole saws are in here too. So everything that you need will be in your rain barrel diverter kit.
The 6-inch hole saw was not in there.
No, the 6-inch hole saw was not, but we're doing it a little bit differently. We didn't do it exactly the way that the diverter kit showed. The difference that we did was we drilled a 6-inch hole in the top of the rain barrel. And what we're going to do with that, this way we've got filters in case you have a shingled roof, or a roof that may have any kind of debris that's coming off of it as the rain drains into the barrel. When you do the 6-inch flower pots, the 6-inch flower pots that are stuck together right now, and very tightly, when these come apart, what you do is you actually take the 8x8, pull on that and see if we can't, there we go. You take an 8x8, it goes on the bottom of the flower pot, it fits into this one, and this fits down into the 6-inch hole. This is your flexible drain. It goes right into here, hooks onto the actual drain pipe that comes off of the roof. So it'll go right in here. The great part about doing it this way is you can pull these out, pull them apart, clean out your mosquito screen, put it back together, and you've got your filter system, so your rainwater doesn't have any type of tile debris or anything on it. So as I said before, we went 3 inches from the bottom. We used 1 1/4 inch hole saw. And when you're using your drill, when you're drilling with a drill and using a hole saw, you need to make sure that you put a good amount of pressure. You hold it, you put pressure on it, and then as it begins to drill, you put more pressure. But always have good pressure on that, because that can skip around. That hole saw can skip around. And of course, always put on your safety glasses so that you, if there's any debris flying, you don't get anything in your eyes. So I measured a 3 inch, drilled this hole, put in my drain pipe. There is a seal that goes in. You push it in the shape of a U, put it in, it opens up, and you screw in your drain.
Just in case you can't see, I'm going to hold it up.
Oh, excellent. Thanks, Rebecca. Then I measured 12 inches from the bottom to put in my spigot. So you can hook your hose up here, or whatever you decide to do, putting it in a bucket or whatever you want to do. So once that is all done, then I went and did my 6 inch hole in the top, so that the flower pots can fit down in with your filter system in it. You will have extras left over from your rain barrel kit if you decide to do the 6 inch hole in the top. But here's the great thing. So this piece came in, which actually would have gone into the actual downspout. But this can be used with 1.5 inch drill. You drill down 3 inches from the top, and you can put your second barrel to catch your overflow. Because believe me, you're going to need overflow with the amount of, what was the amount, Becca, that we can take off of this roof?
34,848 gallons.
Yes, so you definitely need an overflow.
How many gallons is this barrel?
This gallon is a 35 gallon. You can do 35, 55 gallon, you know, whatever you have available. I want to give a shout out to Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola donated these food grade barrels to our project. We're actually going to be holding a class April 12th at Tantera Resort here at the Lake of the Ozarks, where there'll be several, gosh, I think so far we've got 10 people that are have already paid and are enrolled for the class.
And who did we partner with? We partnered with Lake Ozark Watershed Alliance.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's very cool.
Yep. Lake Ozark Water Alliance, which is wonderful. www.soslowa.org. Great organization, great group. These guys are just terrific. They've been very helpful to us to help put this class together and get the word out there. But yes, so you'll have this extra, and this can be used as an overflow hose for your second barrel. I also need to mention that if you get a white barrel, and Becca pointed this out to me, it's better if you have a dark barrel, because it won't grow algae. These being clear that can happen. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a good non-toxic paint that will stick to your barrel. And actually, you can make it really cool. You could put flowers, peace signs, whatever you like, whatever appeals to you.
Be creative.
But be creative, absolutely. Paint these up, put your name on it, whatever you want to do. But always make sure if you get a barrel like this, if you get a beverage company or somebody that donates barrels, and they're clear, always make sure they're painted, because it needs to be dark inside to stop algae growth. I believe that I pretty much just, is there anything else you can think of? Oh, one more thing. The website to find the non-toxic paint is www.ecos, E-C-O-S, paints.net. So that way, if you're concerned about any kind of toxicity, this company sells it, and they sell a paint that will actually stick to plastic. So I think we've pretty much covered everything as far as making a rain barrel goes, and guys, it's awesome.
Yeah. It's a free resource. Other than having to collect some things and put some things together, I mean, a lot of stuff you can find laying around in people's junk, you know. But the rain is free, so
Absolutely.
save yourself a buck.
You bet. You betcha. You betcha. And you know, stopping land erosion and you know, all the stuff that you
Pollution,
mentioned. I mean,
yeah.
what more could you ask for, really? If you've got the availability and you've got the guttering.
Oh, check the laws in your area, because Colorado just recently passed to where they're allowing people to collect 150 gallons, 110 gallons of water, and before they weren't allowed to collect any because
Any at
it's
all.
so precious there. But they weren't looking at the full picture. But
Yeah,
they have now, so they're at least allowed 110 gallons, and that's good.
Absolutely.
So check the laws in your area to make sure it's okay.
Good
And-
point. Very good point. Yes, because I don't know if there's any other states that have that or not, but definitely, yeah, absolutely. Good point. Glad you brought that up, because we need to, you know, we want to follow the law and make sure that we do what we're supposed to do. And if there's a law against collecting rainwater, you can do like the citizens of Colorado did, and you can go up against the powers that be and say, hey guys, here's what we want to do, which is exactly what happened. They said, you know, we've got to,
We need the rain.
yeah, we've got to stop land erosion. I mean, these people went up with very good points,
Right.
and they changed the law. So
Educate yourselves, people.
absolutely, absolutely, and don't ever be afraid to stand up and make a good point and try to get things changed, because
Laws were made to be changed.
laws were made to be changed. Yes, they were. Well, listen, thanks so much for watching. This is awesome. We're really excited to get out there once our rainstorm stops and
Yeah.
start collecting rainwater. Woo!